What's up? Welcome to a very special edition of Four Downs with Dan Carp. I'm Daniel Nolan of DSP Sports. And Dan, where's Zach today? Where is he?
He's at home, Danny.
Well, and so are we. We actually are in Virginia and Pennsylvania, respectively. But we wanted to give you all the update on UNC football this weekend. And when we talk about this game, Dan, it's not just about the matchup against the Tar Heels. It's also about an incredibly, we'll say, jumbled Coastal Division.
Yeah, the Coastal Division is an absolute mess, Danny, but it's a beautiful mess. 5 teams all in contention in the final weekend of the 7 teams in the conference are in contention right now for a share, at least, of the conference title. Now, luckily for Duke, all that means they have to do this weekend is go on the road and beat a North Carolina team that's playing its best football of the year right now. And that's the easiest scenario when you look down the division. The other 4 teams, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Miami, and North Carolina, all need some combination of different things to happen. Virginia Tech's got the inside track, but the big thing is they all need Duke to lose. If Duke wins, they win the conference title outright, and they'll take a trip to Charlotte next week to face Florida State in the ACC championship game.
When you talk about UNC this weekend, the Tar Heels are a completely different team the second half of the season. They start off 1-5. They obviously lose to Duke last year in the rivalry game, the one that sent Duke to that first bowl game since 1994. But they scored 80 points in 3 quarters last week. What makes this UNC offense work so well?
Yeah, they scored 80 points in 3 quarters and actually had to shorten the 4th quarter because the other coach thought the game was getting too out of hand. They played a 55-minute football game in Chapel Hill last week. And one of the big things is they were 1-5, and we left them for dead when their starting quarterback, Bryn Renner, went down. And you're talking about their backup, Marquise Williams, as someone who's completely revitalized the North Carolina offense. He had played the entire year. He had seen action in every game. He was kind of like their Brandon Kennett, if you will. He was their run package guy. But he really stepped up and showed that he can throw the ball and lead this offense. And that's the guy who's brought them back from the dead. But you look at the weapons he has at his disposal. Quinshad Davis on the outside as a wide receiver. Big red zone target at 6'4", has 9 touchdowns on the year. You'd be remiss if you didn't talk about Eric Ebron Jr., who's already made his intentions clear to enter the NFL draft, and he's actually ranked as the #1 tight end prospect on Mel Kiper Jr.'s big board. Should be a mid to high first-round pick. And then the freshman, Ryan Switzer, as a punt returner, you talk about the special teams able to change games. He's got 4 punt return touchdowns on the year, and that's an area Duke's going to be very wary of this weekend because they gave up 2 punt return touchdowns in the last 3 weeks.
And when you talk about Duke, they've been a second-half team so far, Dan. They've been killing it in the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter, specifically in the 4th defensively. They've really been on their game this year. But how important is it for this team to get off to a quick start against UNC this weekend?
Duke is not going to be able to win this game if they're forced to play from 2 or 3 touchdowns behind. If you look at this 7-game winning streak, Duke has had to overcome 3 second-half deficits of 10 points or more, which is incredible looking at the fact that they've still put this streak together, and they're a 9-2 football team right now. They're a great second-half team, and they're exceptional in the 4th quarter on the defensive side of the ball, only giving up 3.1 points a game, and that's not bad for a team that allowed 49 points a game on the defensive side for the last 5 games of the 2012 season. But the key this weekend is going to be to start fast. Duke has to get out, and especially against a North Carolina team with as many weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and one that pushes the tempo on offense as much as they do. I don't think Duke's seen a team that's played faster than them offensively yet this season, but North Carolina could be that. So in order to win this game, Duke needs to jump out to an early lead. They can't wait a quarter to find their rhythm on offense.
And when you actually have to pick this game, Tar Heels, Blue Devils this Saturday, a trip to the ACC Championship on the line. Who wins the game, Dan?
You know, we've seen ranked opponents in the 7-game winning streak. We've seen a number of different types of trap games. But for some reason, Duke has found a way to win them all, whether it's on offense, defense, or special teams. Blue Devils found a way. They can't give me a reason to pick against them at this point until they lose a game. So I'm going to say they go out there and beat the Tar Heels 35-31, but they need a fast start to do it. If they don't get a fast start, it's going to be a very difficult weekend in Chapel Hill on Senior Day for the Blue Devils. So I'm going to say they take it, and they're headed to Charlotte as the Coastal Division champs.
So it could be a big game for the Blue Devils. It also could be just a rivalry game, you know, nothing big, nothing special, Dan. So we'll see you this weekend. It's going to be Tar Heels, Blue Devils this Saturday. A big game for sure. So for Dan Carp, I'm Danny Nolan. See you guys later.